Hello, everyone. Welcome to ANS Entropia Investments end of January video. First, I'd like to welcome all the new investors on board that weren't here last year, that have managed to make their way into the investment pool. This will be your first video for your chunk of the investment, so the good thing is that the investment went well in the first month. So the idea behind the investment that we took on board at the beginning of this year was to craft component widgets, and that is something that we did do. What I found was that getting the widgets through 1 to 8 is a big haul. Cannot be done in one hit because it just would chew too much capital and material. So what we done was, over the course of the month, we spaced production of the component widgets, milked a few good blueprints, which I haven't utilized yet. We got some really nice high-level gun blueprints, amp blueprints that we haven't managed to craft yet. So what I'm saying is that even without crafting the component widgets, we, as you can see on the screen here, we have definitely made our goal money. 8,000 PED. I nearly turned over 10,000 PED just in MU this month. So I got to 9,930. I really wanted to get to the 10,000. I just didn't get there. This is the amount I'm going to be concentrating on, and I'll explain that right now. So, as you can see just from the beginning of this chart here, we've got LR40 BP 200 PED. We've got, heat sinks 100 PED. Where's another good one? Things like when I buy fire root pellet, right? 177 PED. It cost me 200 and something PED, but that's just the markup I'm spending. So, most of this markup's on things we can't get. As you can see, the list of stuff that we buy is very, very small. I actually even had to buy gas and lubricant there because I just didn't get the chance to go out and mine it, and they changed the mining of it. Little outgoings like amps and stuff. But we made it. We made it almost to 10,000 PED. And it's very exciting because it's the beginning of the year and we have not fully utilized our situation yet. This is just a beginning of something that can be a lot better than it is. So I'm excited. You guys should be excited. We made this payout amount, which I'm pretty rapt about. I wasn't, like, I still had stuff for sale, but I actually wasn't farming and stuff for 2 weekends because I went to other planets. So that's only going to happen once a month now. I do need to do that because I actually get something out of that for our business. Like, I noticed there's a couple of nice little niche things there that happen on other planets that don't happen on Cali, so I'd like to grab them at least once a month. But as you can see, the majority of our sales here are guns and gun amps and mining goods, as per normal. So it mixed in with a heap of other stuff. But as you can see, we sold a lot of stuff. I've already started the next month. MU's starting to look healthy for the first couple of days. That is all the sales from the last couple of days this month already. And we'll go to the summary page. So far we have turned over 120,000 USD since the beginning of this business last January. And we have continuously paid Mindark a 10% fee on that money. But somebody reminded me the other day that it only takes 1 ATH to wipe that complete amount out. So that's a lot of them got online and actually advised me that amount there is actually really good. So as far as our operations go in the game and the way we're approaching the game, it's spot on. So that's good to hear. A lot of these percentages here, like Conductors 1, right? 24,000 PED cycled, 81.91% return on Conductors 1. So, we've seen in the past that by the looks of things, they tend to stick to one thing and basically have their percentages sitting in that one area. So you can't expect one to pay for the other. None of these are, the only one that's over 100% is Standard Vents, and we only crafted 790 PED of those. So that is the only one that's over 100%. All the rest of them have their own little tiny climb all the way up to 97%. And of course, we've got the LR40 on 97%. So this is a year's worth of research. We can see this is the way they utilize their mechanics in the game, and that's fine. Now that I know what we're working with Mindark, we can continue to move forward and go about our business. As you can see, the gizmos here, we have already spent 16,800 petal gizmos at an 86.61% return, which is understandable. Some of the gizmo blueprints that we used and some of the widget blueprints that we used were actually still QR1. The good news is the gizmo QR1 and the widget QR1 8s were still 85% for me. So I actually got not bad returns out of crafting those. And we didn't suffer because of lack of skill. So we've got the skills to, and I didn't know this before because I hadn't done it yet. So we've got the skill to craft widget 8s and gizmo 8s in guns and attachments. We do not have the skill to craft gizmo 8s in armor, which I'm going to be working on in the next 11 months. So we will get there because armor plating, armor plating is good money. So we're going to dip into that market. As for component selling, I backed off the component selling. I still did sell some components this month, but I actually concentrated on complete finished products. Things like super alloy mountings. You know, if you look through the sales list, I actually didn't sell that many super alloy mountings in my sales list. In the previous 12 months, we did actually sell lots of super alloy mountings. We've backed away from that now because of the way the game has changed. Mining has changed. Gas and grease is 150% in sometimes. We're not willing to give those mountings away, I think, for any percent at the moment because I'm using them to make items which are selling on the auction house. And that's our in-game. Our in-game is to get to the items and make that MU on that residue. So that's where we're headed. And, of course, make MU on mining stuff that we don't use that's got good MU. Like putty. I don't really use putty yet. I've started to branch into some blueprints that we don't use yet, like some of the higher level ones, so level 8 and level 9 blueprints to make the higher level guns. So I've started the ball rolling on leveling those blueprints and stockpiling a little bit of them. So my bank's looking like I've had to use vehicles a couple of times to put stuff into vehicles because the bank's getting ridiculous. But we've started to stockpile some of the higher level materials that are just going to sit in our bank till we go to make a high level gun or a high level amp or whatever we happen to make. So by the end of the year, the aim is to get to that high level crafting and be there for that next year onwards. So another growth area for us this year is. Last year was a good growth area. This year's another good growth area. So the investment was definitely a good idea to take us to that next level. And we might even do it again at the beginning of next year to take us to that next level. We don't know. We just have to see how this year goes. But as for return, we got the return. The MU was made. I invested a lot. I've actually got so much invested into the coming month. Just before I done this little section here, I bought this area night. See where I bought this area night? I actually crafted about 30 LR45s, I think it was, and I'm just smashing them on the market. They are probably one of the most popular guns to craft and sell, but they take a lot of effort, and it's good to have the skills to do that. So we'll wrap that video up. Anyone that hasn't got their payout yet, I've noticed a few of you have rolled your investment. There will be no more rolling of investments now. We have reached our cap of investments, so no one is able to roll anymore. You will between the 1st and the 5th of next month, you will all be collecting a payout, whether we want to or not, because we can't go over a certain amount in our investment. There's some personal goal we've put, and I can't make any more than I'm making now. Well, I could, but let's just leave it at that this year, and you guys collect your dividends. And then as the year progresses and we see how much better or worse we get, we'll see what the next year brings. But as for now, whatever you guys happen to have invested as of this video is probably, or whatever my wife has arranged with you, is going to be it until the end of the year till we see what happens. Good times ahead. mining's going good. Mining returns. So let's just have a peek at the mining returns, shall we? Where are we? Mining. All right. Okay. Mining returns 93.19%. Okay, so this month we purchased a weapon for my wife to hunt materials with, Calitrek Mark 1 with a Firoco cores amp, I think, all repairable. I have acquired a level 1 mining amp for the business, 6,000 ped, repairable. We haven't got a finder yet because I'm going to still stick to the DSEC L30s, but will move away from that eventually and get a finder that's repairable. But that's I don't know if I'm going to do that. That's a really hard decision for me. It'd have to be a really good finder. But as for now, we're probably going to continue to use the DSEC L30s. I mean, the residue value compared to how many days I get out of one's really good. So, but we've got an unlimited finder. We now got a Shikara adjusted refiner. Unlimited finder, Shikara adjusted refiner, Genesis Star excavator modified, which pulls the ore out of the ground really quickly, so I can get on with the business. So some of the money that we got off you guys at the beginning of this year got invested into unlimited gear, which is going to help us make more money. So that's going to be good for us. So we've turned over 477,000 ped in mining since last January. So that's almost 50,000 USD. So that amount is only going to grow this year because I mine every day and I stream now every day. So, but yeah, I'm going to wrap that video up. I think that's all you guys need to know at the moment. If you haven't got your payout yet, contact me in game. Let me know. And ladies sorted out everyone that's rolling. So if anyone actually needs a payout, like a couple of you guys are waiting, I've already spoken to a couple of yous, and you'll see me on the 6th. That's fine. And some people have rolled, so I'll leave the video like that. Good stuff. I'm excited. Be excited because it's fantastic, and we'll see where the component widget path takes us, because at the moment that is a growing thing which we've only just started to scratch the surface of. So let's see where that goes for us. But yeah, thanks for coming on board, guys, and watching my video. And let's wait till see what next month brings us.